Hey guys, welcome back to another exciting session. I'm your host Mahesh Kariya. You're watching me on YouTube now, and today I'm gonna take you through Docker and Docker Compose. So without wasting any time, let's deep dive into it. So you have to have Docker available before proceeding, of course. So please search for Docker and enter and install your Docker from here, Docker Desktop for your system. It will be available for all the systems, Windows, Linux and Mac. Once you have it, you can install Docker Compose. Okay, so simply search for Docker Compose, install something like that, hit enter, click here on Docker Compose, and you need to install this for your system, Windows, Linux. Okay, once you have it, you just need to open your terminal, simply search, simply hit Command plus J if you are on Mac, or Control plus Backtick if you are on Windows or Linux. Okay, so once you have it, simply search for Docker -f version, hit enter, and search for Docker Compose -f version, hit enter. Make sure Docker is running inside your system. You can see here this little icon over here. Okay, once you have it, what you can do is you can also install this thing, this Docker. Let me close this thing. This Docker icon you can see over here, so which is very helpful if you are new to Docker. Okay, so you can see all the containers over here, all the images over here. I already have few images that I have took a pull from Docker Hub, of course. So networks, you can see the networks over here. Okay, volumes, registries and lots of other stuff. So we'll go through that one by one, no worries. But for that, let me show you the basic things first. Okay, so let me use Control P and use Docker PS. So Docker PS is the basic commands that we use to see all the running containers. Okay, so this is just a basic command. So after that, I don't have any containers running inside my system, so I'll say Docker PS -a. So A means all the offline and online containers that you can see with the help of this command. After that, you can use Docker images to see all the images that are available inside your system with the help of Docker images. Okay, so Docker image is something that allows you to build your own project build. Okay, which is called as image. Okay, which is based on the top of any Linux, okay, like platform, Ubuntu, Alpine, and there are lots of lighter versions are also available. So you need to create image for your individual project, let's say server, client. There are lots of possibilities. Okay, so we'll start quickly with the project itself. Okay, so let me quickly create a new folder and let me name it whatever it may be, but let me name it Docker, will be better. Okay, drag your folder and let me minimize this thing, Control Shift N, me close this thing. Okay, here we go, Command plus J once again. Okay, and here we can create a server, okay, where we'll be having few projects like Node app, or we can say Python app, Py app, Spring Boot, and lots of others. So after that, we'll be having client, we'll be having a React app. Okay, otherwise we can also use a Vue app. Okay, no matter which language you are working on, the basic process will remain the same. Okay, so let me start with Node app. So cd server, quickly cd into Node app. Okay, let me create npm init quickly over here, -y, and let me install Express quickly. Okay, so let me go to Node, let me add index.js over here, and we'll say I need to create Express app. So const app equal to Express. Okay, it's not working, no worries. Const app require, of course, const Express is equal to require Express. Then I'll say const app is equal to Express app.get request response, res.json, message welcome to API, app.listen, port 3000, working fine, close this up. This is it. So this is just a boilerplate that I have made. Okay, so you have to create a Docker file over here. Okay, so for that what we'll do is you just need to hit command. Let me close this thing. So for that there are few keywords that you have to use, like from. So from that we use for to get the image from Docker Hub. Okay, if you guys are not familiar with Docker Hub is a hub of image, okay, where you can find any image. Okay, Node, Alpine, Ubuntu, MongoDB, Postgres, any image. Okay, let me start with Node. So what we'll do is we just need to take a pull. Okay, there are two ways. Okay, generally we do the command line thing. Let me do this again. I'm hoping that it will work this time quickly. Yeah, anyways, no worries. So rather using the commands, we always use Dockerfile and Docker Compose file over here. So if you want to take a pull from any image, you will say docker pull node. Okay, hit enter, or docker pull mongo, hit enter. So it will fetch the mongo from here. Okay, you can search anything from here. If let's say if you are working on MySQL, you can search for MySQL, and you can follow the instructions over here. Okay, this MySQL. So I already have it, so it won't take much time. Let me try again. So yeah, up to date, you can see. So I already have Mongo available inside my system. Now what I'll do, I need to create a container. For that I'll hit the command docker run -, name of my container, my Mongo. Let's say you can name it whatever it may be. In detach mode, you will publish this in any port. 27017 is default port. 27017 is where it will be available, and Mongo is a name of image that you need to use, that it will get it from here if you don't have it locally. So there are two modes: detach mode and interactive mode. In detach mode it will run in a background, in interactive mode it won't. Okay, so let's start with detach mode quickly. So yeah, this is done. Now if I go here, if I see Mongo is running perfectly fine. Okay, so I have another extension known as MongoDB. So where what I'll do is, let me add new connection over here quickly, and let me click on connect. So MongoDB : / will say localhost : 27017, hit enter, and you can see here we go, the MongoDB is running fine inside my system with the help of Docker. So this is how you can use. Okay, after that, but nowadays in practical, this is not a practical way to write the commands all the time. That's why we use the Docker file and Docker YAML file. Okay, so the same process if you wanna do with other things, what we will do is we'll search for Mongo. After that we'll hit the commands onwards, but let's stick to the app first. Okay, so this is my app. Let me stop this thing. You can stop this thing from here as well, or you can remove this thing from here as well. So what you will say, docker ps, you can see all the things over here. Okay, now if you want to stop this thing, you will say docker stop, or docker restart, or docker start. Okay, and you can provide the id over here, or any first three letters, 2727 e, let's say. Okay, now if I hit docker ps, I don't have anything, but if I want to see all the containers, you can see -a. Okay, now if you want to start this thing, you can say start with the help of name as well, or more precisely what we can say, Mongo. Okay, the name of image is Mongo and the name is my Mongo. Okay, so start my Mongo. So now if I do docker ps, it's running fine. Now if you can do restart as well. Okay, Mongo. Okay, so mymongo. The tag here you can use. Okay, so now you can use docker rm mymongo. Okay, so it's running already. So what you have to do, first you have to stop, and after that you have to remove. And if you want to remove directly, you can use hyphen force to remove this thing. Now if I do docker ps, it's gone already, if you can see here as well. I need to refresh this thing, of course. Okay, here we go. And let me start with here. Now I can create Dockerfile. So Dockerfile allows you to create config like node. So from node you can, from keyword that we allow, that allows us to get this image. Okay, after that you will say work directory. So work directory is something where you will define your path where you want to create everything. So this app is going to be created inside that image. Okay, so inside that image there will be a, in root directory there will be a files like var etc. Okay, like that. And inside that, if you don't provide the work directory, it's going to create everything in a root directory, which is not good, right? So that's why we provide a work directory. Inside that work directory only everything is going to perform. Okay, so after that another command or another keyword that we use is copy. So why we use copy? So first we need to install all the node modules. Okay, and for that node modules you need to grab package.json into dot means into that particular work directory. So first it will copy the package.json from here to here, and after that it will run the command npm install. Okay, so in run you can write anything like npm install -g nodemon if you want, and you can say, you can run the multiple commands over here. It's all up to you. Just assume this is your terminal and hit the commands that you want to install. After that you can say you can create a docker ignore file as well. Docker ignore file will ignore all the files that you don't want to be uploaded in a docker image or docker container. Okay, so what you will do is you will quickly hit it. It is same like git ignore. Okay, if you are familiar with git ignore, simply do one thing, npx, okay, git ignore, and name of your, like which on which you are working, node, python, whatever it may be. So it will create a git ignore file, and what you will do is you will simply grab this git ignore file. Okay, or you can simply create docker ignore file. Okay, and here you can provide like, I don't want node modules to be uploaded over there. I don't want I'm not sure why this is not working. Okay, express is done already. Why this is taking so much time? It might be because of something else. So you can write like this. Okay, so it won't upload this much of things. Okay, so once you do this, what you will do, you will copy rest of the things over here to here. So from this current directory to here. Okay, so this is another thing. Now the last thing, to run run this thing inside your container. Okay, you will say command. And what command? Command will be simple node, any command, npm start node index. This is going to this is what we are going to hit. Okay, why we are using array over here, that's the question. Okay, so this is a kind of syntax you can follow for now. In hyphen most precisely we get issues, that's why we use this kind of thing. Okay, so now you can see in git ignore we got all the thing related to node. You can simply use same thing over docker ignore as well. Okay, let me go to docker ignore, control alt control v, and docker ignore itself as well you can add. So this is it. Let me close this thing. And then the last thing, expose. So why we use expose? To allow port to expose outside your container. Yeah, so 3000 we are using here, so that's why I have used here as well. Okay, so let me try another command quickly. sorry. So docker build, okay, -t, okay, space, with the help of t you can provide a tag name. Okay, tag name will be a test or node app precisely. So node app, okay, and space dot. So in current directory it's going to look for this docker file and it's going to tag it node app, and after that we can build the image. Okay, so yeah, you can see this is done already. So now how we can see these images? So docker images, hit enter, and you can see the node app we have. Based on that, now we can create container. So docker run name of your container. Let's say again node app, you can provide the same name, node app. After that you can say in detach mode, or let's say in interactive mode, publish this thing in 3000:3000. Make sure to use this 3000. Okay, the first one is you can change it to anything. Okay, this will be available for your system. Okay, you can say 80, and this one should be equal to your inner port. Okay, don't get confused, this is external, this is internal. Okay, after that what you can do is you can provide the name. Node app is the name of my image that you need to provide over here. So yeah, this is it, and you can provide the version as well. v1 by default it will take a latest. If you go here in images, you will see now we have, let me do this thing. So inside here we have latest. Okay, we can create the multiple things. So by default it's taking latest. Okay, every time it will automatically create the latest build. Okay, so let me try with the normal first. So you can see this is running on localhost colon 3000. So we'll say localhost colon 3000, but it won't work on 3000. Yeah, it will work, of course. We are exposing to something else. Yeah, to port 80. I forgot, my bad. So 80. So yeah, this is running perfectly fine, but in practical we even don't write this command as well. Practically what we do is, let me start this thing, stop this thing, let me open another one, close this up, refresh this thing, let me show you. Okay, so docker ps, once again we'll say docker stop node app, docker remove node app, hit enter. Okay, it's taking time, no worries, and here we go. If we do docker ps, hit enter, we don't have anything now. Now we can ready to go with the further things. Now let's say there are multiple docker files. Here you have something else, let's say main.py. Okay, let me switch to server quickly. Let me switch to py app. Let me create virtual env. So I have python 3-m virtual env space venv. Okay, hit enter. Source venv bin/activate, hit enter, and now here we go. So what we need, pip install, we need fast API, let's say we need uvicon. Okay, this is it, I guess. No need to worry about anything else. This is it. It's going to take time. Till then we'll start with the from fast API, similar to express, no worries. Import fast API, and then we'll say app is equal to fast API. Okay, function like express, and here we are going to freeze the thing like pip. We need to create free requirements.txt. Okay, for that same as package.json. So here we need to use freeze command to generate the package.json of our Python app. So requirements.txt. okay, so it's going to create this file. Consider this as a package.json. If you are from node background, here we'll say app.get After that I'll say sorry. So after that I'll say def hello world. Yeah, this is it. This is the simplest process. Now here also I'm going to create one Docker file where I'm going to write from python colon tag 3.8. okay, like this. After that you will say work directory. Okay, work directory, you can name it anything, no worries. Okay, after that you can say I need to copy first your requirements.txt to current folder. After that I'll say I need to run the command to install all the things. So you will say pip install -r the name of your txt file where all the dependencies are given. After that what you will say, you need another git ignore, okay, or docker ignore with the python things. Okay, so hit enter. It's going to take a file. Okay, so you can directly rename it here with the docker ignore. Okay, here we go. After that you will say now copy all the things from here to here. Okay, and after that you will say run the command. So for command we have commands. Okay, we have uvcon, so I'll say uvcon. After that comma you will say app. We have main, so instead of app I'll say main. Okay, I don't need to reload over there, so we'll say host will be 0.0.0.0. make sure to use this host, otherwise it won't work properly. And you can define the port as well. It's all your choice. Okay, so yeah, this is it. You can define the reload if you want, otherwise not. It's all your choice. Okay, host name, port name you can define. By default it will be 8000, so no worry. So I'll stick to this minimal approach only. So now here as well you can create and build and create a container. But if you have more than 2 files, what you will do, you will need a docker compose, right? So for that we'll create a docker compose quickly over here, .yaml file. Okay, and here the very first thing you have to define a version. Make sure to use a proper version. Okay, with every version you will get new updates, and it's better to use latest version. Currently I'm using 3.8. the future like another updated versions are also there that you can use, but with I'm comfortable with this version. Okay, so services, in services you can define like all the app names like server, client, MongoDB, Postgres. These are all the services that I'm going to use. So very first one is my node app. Okay, now it's not going to name it node app. For that you can provide the container name. Okay, for more precisely this will be my node app. Okay, this is it. After that you can, we don't have image. Okay, it's not going to take image from Docker Hub. We have image locally, so we need to provide a build. So for that we need to provide a path. Like we have a server folder, inside that we have node app, inside that please find for the Dockerfile. Okay, it means it will find Dockerfile here, it will build the image. After that you can expose the ports, and we are using port 3000, and here you can expose this to 3000, but you can change this to anything. Let's say 81. It should run on 81. And after that you can say the volumes. Okay, so volumes are another very important aspect that we should know. Okay, so volume is something that allows you to persist the data. Okay, so whatever inside that app, okay, that we have created in work directory, if you guys remember this, so it's going to take this app. Okay, it's going to save this over here. Okay, so it's going to persist the data over here. You can define this thing if you are working on MongoDB or something like that. Okay, so after that we have PyApp. Okay, so I'm going to compose these two containers together, Okay, so inside that pipe we have 8000. We are running this thing in 8000. If you guys remember, this is running on port 8000. The default port of fast api is 8000, so I'm not worried about that, and which will run on 82. And let's say you have some databases. Node.js is connected with Python and PyApp is connected with Postgres. So in that case, what you will do, you need to define a Mongo, hit enter, tab. Now you need to fetch the image first, and you know the name of image, Mongo. Okay, that you can search for, search with Docker Hub. After that, what you will do, you can define the container name, Mongo, and you can define the ports. The default port is 27017, so it will be connected to here. Okay, we'll connect that, no worries. After that, you have a Postgres. So what you will say, the image, of course the image will be Postgres, container name will be Postgres, and default port will be this. Okay, this is done, but the only thing is remaining, which is this container is depends on this one, and this one is depends on this one. So how it will work, you need to provide depends on. Okay, and now this will wait for Mongo. Actually it won't wait, but actually we write like this. Okay, depends on, I will say Postgres. Okay, so now this is perfect. This is very easy, guys, nothing much. Ports, all the commands that we wrote, we don't need to write this thing. You can write this thing here only. And after that, the last one, restart. Okay, generally we use restart always. Okay, if something goes wrong, please restart, or you can provide the specific until stop, it won't restart. Okay, so these are kind of restart things that you can learn. Okay, let me stick to the basic first. Okay, so for that we'll use docker compose up command. So once I hit enter, okay, let me stop this thing. I'm not sure okay, no worries. Where is the docker compose? Yeah, this is, everything is running perfectly fine as expected. Okay, let's go to here. This is running fine. Okay, it's the MongoDB is running fine. If I go here, individual, see, Postgres is running fine. Postgres is not running fine. There might be some mistake we have made, I guess. Let me use environments. Okay, the Postgres database, yeah, sorry, password we need to provide. Okay, so we'll say Postgres user, Postgres password, and Postgres database, like this. So let me use Postgres for everything. And if you want to see the logs, what's going on over there, what you will do is you will quickly go here. Okay, and let me use docker logs of Postgres. Okay, and hopefully password, Postgres password not empty value. Okay, so let me try this thing now. Postgres password should be there. The default user is a Postgres, default DB is also Postgres. If you don't do this thing, it's completely fine. The default is already. So for that we need to compose down this thing. This is running already 4 things. Okay, so let me check another things. So first one is running on 81, second one is running on 82. This is coming from Python side, and Mongo is running perfectly fine. Okay, so now we have to do docker compose down. So yeah, with the single command you can stop everything. Okay, now let me go there quickly and let me refresh this thing. Everything is gone. Okay, now let me use docker compose up quickly with build, new build. So it will build once again everything. If you make any changes over there, okay, it will build everything. And let me try now, and hopefully this time it should work. Yeah, this is running perfectly fine. Let me open my database. Okay, let me add a connection here. Let me name it PG. Let me go to Postgres, and my password is also Postgres. So yeah, this is connected. You can see public table. You can create new table over here. Thank you. Create whatever it may be, not primary, time date, run SQL, whatever. Let me close this thing. Table name is create table name. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Let me remove this thing. Column name varchar. I'm not sure. Yeah, that's done. Yeah, so let me insert something over here. Add column. There are lots of things. Anyways, we are not going to deep dive into this thing. We'll stick to the normal thing that we are looking for. Okay, so here we go. I'm hoping that you guys now getting how we use Docker Compose. Okay, now let me close everything and let me tell you few other important commands. Okay, now as I told you, you can provide an environment over here as well. You can provide environment like this, and there will be a Mongo username, Mongo password. Okay, you can say Mongo init root name. You can provide, you can refer the actual Docker Hub repo, okay, to see such things. Okay, like password, database name, like that. Okay, so for that we use environment. Okay, if you want to pass environment over here, okay, in your node app, let's say instead of 3000 you wanna say process .env.port. okay, at that time what you will do is let me use this thing over here as well, and let me use backtick. Okay, so now this time what I'll do is I'll provide environment variable from here. Okay, so environment, I'll say environment variable is port, which is 3000, and hopefully it should work. Okay, make sure this is equal to this one, and once again Docker Compose up, let's say directly this time. And if I go here on port 81, it should work. Okay, so let me try this. So yeah, this is working fine. So this time this is coming from here. Now the most important thing, you can write the command as well. Okay, command directly over here. This is the first thing. If you don't want to write command, you can say entry point. Okay, you can write your custom shell file, and you can provide your the entry or the path of that shell file. Okay, so whatever it may be, so you can provide the entry point over here. After that, this is done. Okay, you can use replicas as well. Nowadays we can use replicas. So replicas that allows you to create multiple replicas, like any number of replicas. Okay, so after that you also you can use another thing, which is links. Okay, to links between the Mongo. Okay, so like that you can use the links as well, and you can create a volumes, the very important aspect that we missed out. So volumes, where you can define data. So make sure I'm using this data, okay, and I don't have any extra folder over here. So once I do this thing now, so let me try this again. Docker Compose up build, so it will automatically get the data inside that from here to here. So this data, it will generate the data over here, the folder data. Okay, so let me quickly do one thing. Okay, let me see in which directory I am in. Docker Compose down first. Okay, and here you can define volumes, and here you can define the volumes like this. Okay, so let me stick to the normal process first. Okay, I'm hoping that it will work. And let me see, we have 9%. Yeah, we got the data already over here. So this data is coming from inside this one. So now if I'll make anything over here, let me try to create another db. Okay, so use db. Let me, so whatever we'll do here, now we can process the state of that data with the help of volumes. So this is how we can use the volumes. Okay, so there are lots of commands of this Docker that you can use on daily basis. The simplest way of doing this thing is to just right click on registries. Okay, you can connect the registries from here as well. All the Azure registries you can see here. Docker Hub, I don't have any Docker Hub registries. Okay, that's why I'm not able to see, but creating your own images, publish your own images is also very easy. It's not a big deal. Okay, you can say you just need to tag properly. Okay, so let's say I don't have any image, but what I'll say, Docker, let me change to cd into my server. Okay, this is the last thing which is remaining. So cd into node app. Okay, now we'll say ls. Yeah, now this one. Okay, so now Docker images. Okay, so I have this Docker image. Okay, now I'll build once again, build -t, and this time make sure to provide username. Okay, so this is username of my Docker Hub. Let me sign in quickly. So continue, this is my username. I don't have anything over there. Okay, if you want to push something from here to there, what you will do is you just need to go to repositories, create new repository quickly. Okay, name it whatever it may be, test. Okay, create this thing. You can grab this thing. Okay, if you have already local image, you can directly tag this local image to new. Okay, and you just need to hit this push command. Okay, so test. Okay, create this thing. So it's getting created. Till then what we can do is, it's Mahesh Kariya /test. Okay, space dot. Okay, so it's going to create test. Okay, and now you'll say Docker push, it's Mahesh Kariya /test. Okay, hopefully it should work. So it's getting uploaded. Okay, it's getting uploaded over here. Okay, so once this is done, let me refresh this thing. It should not take much time. Okay, it will take a while, of course, based on your net connection. Okay, first you need to log in, of course, Docker login. You need to hit enter after Docker login. So yeah, this is it, guys. Like, this is all the things, the basic commands that we covered in this session. Okay, so thank you very much, all of you guys, for being with me, supporting me all the time. It's been a pleasure to be here. Please let me know inside comment box what you want from my side. Definitely I'll make it for you guys. Okay, don't hesitate to ask me anything. Okay, and please don't forget to subscribe my channel if you haven't already for more such videos. Honestly, it's really very important for me. And thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye bye, and hopefully it will take a time. Thank you so much. Bye. I need to stop this thing.